Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to our loyal audience. Before we begin our discussion today, firstly, I would like to introduce my group members. That is HAIKAL bin ZAKARIA.
Yes, I am.
Muhammad AIMAN bin Muhammad AZMIR.
Yes, I am.
Muhammad AZIM bin Muhammad AZHARI.
Yes, I am.
And last but not least, me, Muhammad FIRDAUS bin ABDUL HAFIDZ. So today, guys, we will discuss related to the first video that we choose, which is the problem of unemployment that occurs among fresh graduates, especially in our country, that is Malaysia. So, Malaysia is one of the countries that has a relatively critical unemployment problem involving fresh graduates, especially. So, it is a problem that Malaysia government trying to fix now and don't want it to get worse and worse. So without wasting our time, let's we continue with our discussion. Okay, so first of all, I want to ask Afiq. Afiq, can you tell me the macroeconomics problem that are happening in the video? Afiq?
Yes, sure. Okay, now I want to tell to you guys about what is unemployment among the fresh graduates. Okay, so unemployment occurs when the economy does not achieve full employment. Unemployment is the situation where the resources of labor force are not fully employed in the economy. So there is a conflict of this unemployment. If policymakers attempt to undertake job creation by injecting demand into the economy is by using the expansionary fiscal or monetary policy. There is a possibility this problem can happen. So, thank you to the moderator.
Okay, thank you, Afiq. Great explanation from you. So here we can find out what exactly the problem it is. Thank you, Afiq. So next, we turn to the causes of this issue. Once again, Afiq, can you give what is one of the causes of unemployment among fresh graduates in Malaysia?
Alright, so now we go to causes that can bring unemployment among the fresh graduates. So some fresh graduates, they really choose a job that is more beyond their expectation. At the same time, they choose a position in the field they want. So if they cannot get a position they want, it will happen that someone cannot get a job. Not only that, they also choose a company that follows their wishes. Okay, let me give you a more accurate example. If a person or fresh graduate have a bachelor in human resource management, so he will choose a position as a first line manager, which is human resource manager. But the company is not want to accept it on certain factors. So that's why the graduates are too looking for a company that suits their tastes and desires. So I think this is my opinion that causes unemployment among these fresh graduates. Thanks to the moderator.
Yes, Afiq, thank you. I agree with Afiq. The attitude of fresh graduates nowadays who are too picky about job and positions causes them to experience unemployment. Thank you, Afiq. After that, we move to the next panel, that is AIMAN. AIMAN,
Yes.
can you tell me any other causes?
Okay. In my opinion, the causes is most of the fresh graduate is to demand when they are is applying the job, and they expect when they are applying the job, they expect for the high salary when they are entering the job. So back to the moderator.
Okay, thank you for the explanation, Aiman. Yes, salary and wages factor are also one of the big reason why our graduates have less place in the job market, especially in our country. So next, we move to Azim. Azim, so do you have a cause that you think it is causing this problem?
Yes, I have a cause. The cause is fresh graduate don't have experience to find the job. Someone who want to get a job must have work experience. Many employers, particularly in the private sector, are more likely to prioritize the candidates have experience of working against highly qualified graduate, but experience only in theory. Attitude of employers who prefer the experience cause many unemployed graduates. The new graduates are not given the opportunity to try out as many employers argue they do not want to incur any loss due to the lack of experience of employees. For them, the experience is important to facilitate the work. Experienced workers do not have to undergo training and courses as equipped, with the necessary skills and knowledge. This helps reduce the cost. It's important to facilitate the work. Experienced workers do not have to undergo training and courses as equipped, with the necessary skills and knowledge. This have reduced the cost borne by the employer. However, this employer action brought loss to the country because employment increased and the amount of income per capita decreased. That's my opinions, and thank you to the moderator to ask me.
Okay, Azim, thank you. Yes, I also agree with Azim on his explanation. Okay, for my courses, in my opinion, most graduates in our country receive less attention from employers, and the occurrence of large-scale unemployment is due to the overflow. Overflow of what? Overflow of foreign labour in the sector in our country. So foreign workers have become the top choice of employers as they do not have to incur excessive wage costs for foreign workers. So this has resulted in local manpower not being needed, especially among the fresh graduates in our country. This further increased the competition between local workers and foreign workers in seizing jobs in Malaysia. And finally, fresh graduates fail to compete in the labour market due to perhaps less demand. So we go next. Okay, we go to AFIQ. Okay, do you have another addition for the courses?
Alright, sure. Before this, I'd already give you guys one courses or two courses that can be unemployment among the fresh graduate. So I want to give addition info that can always be a problem among these fresh graduates. Some of these fresh graduates are less skilled in communicating in English, and they become less confident when they want to speak in English. So for this reason, there has been competition between them when it comes to interviews. Only qualified people will get a job. So I think that is my info that I can share with you guys. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Afiq. So next, can someone tell me the statistic of unemployment of fresh graduates in Malaysia?
Okay, now, let me tell you guys about the statistics of the fresh graduate. Okay, there is more than 83.5% of the 5.29 million graduate were in the labor force, while 16.5% were outside of the labor force. Okay, now I'm going to tell you guys about the employed and unemployment graduates. There is 96.1% of graduates in a labor force was employed, while there is 3.9% of the graduates was unemployment. I think that is a little bit of the statistic. Now we'll be back to the moderator.
Okay, thank you, Afiq and Aiman, for the addition. So there are many causes of why unemployment of fresh graduates in Malaysia is getting worse. So, if that is a problem, there must also be a solution, right? So first, I want to asking Afiq, do you have any solution that you want to tell to our audience?
Yeah, sure. Alright. For me, the first solution to overcome the problem of unemployment among the fresh graduate is that they should not be too looking for a job according to their own will. They should accept whatever is offered by a company to enable them to get a job and not be unemployed. The second is that if fresh graduates don't want even a job offer or a position offered by a company, they need to look for other initiatives so that they don't become unemployed. For example, something they can do is create an online business so they don't become unemployed because they run something business that can give them money. So this can help themselves and their family. Not only that, the way to overcome the problem of lack of skill in communication in English, the more effectively they must go to extra classes, I think, to learn to communicate more effective and be fluent in English. So they will win the interview because of they can communication in English well. So here are some solutions that I can give to you guys. Thanks to the moderator for asking me a question. That's it.
Great idea, Afiq. Great idea. As a fresh graduate, we need to be relevant and not too picky in the process of getting a job. So we go back to Aiman. Aiman, do you have any other solution, any other ideas for us?
Yes, of course. I have the solution. Okay, the solution is to overcome the problem of unemployment among the new or the fresh graduate is that there are also some employers who give salaries not based on the qualification obtained by the fresh graduates. Okay, for example, there is a fresh graduate with a bachelor of degree are being given the same salary that offers to the diploma. This had led many graduates to disagree with the amount of income provided by the company. Fresh graduates should receive a salary offered by the company. In conclusion, graduates does not choose the salary that been given by the company in order to reduce the problem of unemployment among the fresh graduates. So that is a little bit a solution. Thank you for the moderator to asking me. Now we back to the moderator.
Welcome, Aiman. Thank you to you too. Thank you, Aiman, for the idea. So next, we go to Azim. Azim, for the last time in today's session with you, what solution can you suggest to our audience?
Okay, my solution is to solve the problem. The first solution is that the company should shorten the period of his work experience to make it easier for fresh graduate to get a permanent job and he able to adapt in a company organization. Okay, the second solution is that an organization or company should not place the main factor of experience in selecting employees in the company. For example, fresh graduate. If this problem continue, the employment rate among fresh graduate in Malaysia will increase in addition to the COVID-19 epidemic that hit causing many sectors and workers. It can also affect fresh graduate who want to find the work. Okay, that's all my solution and thank you to the moderator.
Good. Thank you, Azim, for the solution. So next, I will go for my solution. So for me, the way to overcome the problem that occurs to fresh graduates due to the overflow of foreign workers in the sector in our country is by the Malaysian government itself must limit the entry of foreign workers into the country in certain years, especially those who enter the country without permission, or we call it party. In addition, the government can also enforce enforce the new law. The new law by banning the use of foreign workers in certain economic sectors with the aim of providing space for fresh graduates to enter the job market in our country more easily. Okay, so there are many solutions that we can use to avoid unemployment of fresh graduates in Malaysia. So, in conclusion, certain parties, especially the Malaysian government and also the employers of companies in Malaysia, need to work together in one table to ensure that unemployment involving fresh graduates in our country does not get worse from time to time. Fresh graduates also needs to think more openly and maturely by not being too picky in the process of finding a job after leaving the educational institution. Let us make our country an unemployment-free country and use the local workforce productively and effectively. That's all from us. Given that our time is quite limited, our discussion has only reached here. Hopefully, we will meet again. Thank you.